Good morning. I'm Nikki.
Good morning, I'm Biro.
And this is Monday Coffee with Jexo, where we scan through last week's news and updates from across the Atlassian world. The link for the sources of the topics we are going to discuss today are in the description or in a comment, depending on the platform where you are. So today we are streaming on Tuesday because yesterday was the bank holidays in England. So I hope everyone enjoyed sun who had the holidays as well. But it was a little storm here in Brighton. Okay.
Just a tiny bit.
Just tiny, yeah. It flew our grill away. Well, so the first announcement we have today is internal one before we go to Atlassian. So the last week we released a new version of Swanly, which is a road mapping and planning and reporting tool for Jira Cloud. Swanly is a home for planning, tracking, and managing your work in Jira, and it centralizes access to information across all Jira projects. The idea is to give you and your team easy-to-use roadmap where you can visualize and plan your work and automatically create reports where you can track work progress for each key activity. Swanly can be used by any team from product development, marketing, project management, or even release management teams. So if you are looking for a way to increase visibility over your projects and work in Jira and visualize plan, you can try Swanly, and you can find it on the Atlassian marketplace today. And it has a dark mode.
Yes, it does. That's the most important thing, I think.
Yes.
If you install it just for the dark mode. All right, cool. So now that's out of the way, let's go to the next big news from last week, which is Atlassian's Q3 21 letter to shareholders. I think a lot of people have been waiting for this, just to understand a bit of Atlassian's positioning as well as their financial stature. So yeah, I'm not gonna go through the entire thing. It's quite meaty. It comes under the form of the shape of a blog, as well as their traditional PDF version, as well as the call, the webinar, which I think you can still watch it after it was streamed. But yeah, so just a few points, few takeaways from this letter, this Q3 letter. Focus for Atlassian continues on unleashing the potential of every team and breaking organizational silos with the concept that they call a unified collaboration platform, which includes everything in the Atlassian world. Atlassian's talking about also about additional earnings. Sorry. Sorry about that. So Atlassian's talking about additional earnings due to the server discontinued, which we've all kind of experienced, and the price increase for data center. The subscription revenue grew year by year by 43%, with cloud growth of 35%. And the marketplace saw a 104% year-to-year revenue growth. And this is primarily driven by the spike in server app acquisition before the shutdown, the discontinue, not shutdown. Over Q3, Atlassian hired 365 new employees, and the majority of them in R&D, which is quite interesting. The letter, but not just the letter, I think the Team 21 was quite focused on innovation and prototyping and fast projects coming out the door. So yeah, so that's interesting to hear that there are quite a few people hired for R&D over this last period. And Atlassian finished Q3 with 1.6 billion in cash flow, and they used around $500 million in repurchasing a portion of the notes that they privately negotiated in transactions prior. Server to cloud migration has doubled in Q3, and the free tier is starting to, the cloud free tier is starting to show significant value, with an increased number of new installations coming in because of the free tier. Not only that, but also an increased number of conversions to paid, because the free tier has been launched for quite a bit, and now we're starting to see a bit more of those free installations, increasing the number of users and converting into paid, which is definitely a good sign. And we're also quite keen in this capability coming into apps as well, and having the ability to offer free tiers for app customers. Other than that, server to cloud migration. So server to cloud migration have doubled in Q3. I mentioned this. Yeah. So sorry. Other than that, around this move to cloud, to put it like that, it kind of translates over Q3 in around 18,000 new cloud customers, bringing the total current total to around 212,000 cloud instances, cloud customers, however you want to call it, which is a significant growth versus last quarter. So if I navigate, they also have they put in some graphs, bar charts in here. So I really recommend reading this. It's quite a bit, but it's interesting insight. So as you can see, the customers have grown quite a bit more substantial over Q3, cloud customers, and it also includes the Trello signups, and also Trello started picking up a bit pace after the whole announcements of the new views that Trello provides. There's also a section in there about Point A, and I mentioned this earlier, which is an accelerator program for R&D and other concept products. And they get developed and accelerated with the help of customers. So the program is open to customers to sign up and contribute with feedback. We've mentioned this in the previous coffee with Jexo. The last thing, it also mentions, I think they were waiting for Team 21 to finish before publishing the letter. It also reports that there were 30,000 attendees for Team 21 this year, where, and this is very interesting, 70% of those 30,000, it was their first time attending an Atlassian event, which is interesting to know. It was, I think it was also a lot more engaging and well organized than last year over the pandemic, which was kind of like skirmishing around to figure out how to still have a summit.
That's really impressive numbers, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's kind of it. So yeah, go through, read. If I missed anything or if I butchered any information, do let me know.
I think it was all right. Just to ask the question. So these charts over there, the customers, they mean also the free signups, right?
Yeah, it includes free signups as well.
Okay, that's good to know. Okay, thank you, Biro. Let me just share my screen, and I'm gonna get to the other news today.
Okay.
Oh, do I have a right screen there? Hold on, let me just reshare it. One second. I have a Team Central news here. Everyone got so excited about it on the Atlassian event. Yeah, I shared. Now it's correct. Perfect. Thank you. So So after introduction of Team Central on Team 21, people raised a lot of questions about the beta program and what are the plans around the pricing and productionizing Team Central. So if you don't know, the Team Central is basically part of that Point A program, which is the accelerate, which is the program from Atlassian, where you can try a new product in beta and give them a feedback before they productionize the products and price them and everything. So people got really curious about what's going to be the pricing model for the Team Central and if it's going to stay as a product in the Atlassian offering before they, build all processes around these products. So this community post openly talks about the future of the Team Central and the pricing models that are being considered. And the good news is that Team Central is going to most likely follow the Trello pricing model. And that means that there will be a free version of the product with some features or user limits. It will depend. They are still doing the research on this, what they should limit. But these limits will be likely much higher than is a Jira free tier, where you can sign up just 10 users for free. In this case, it will be much higher. That's what they mentioned in the article. They didn't say an exact number, but they said it's going to be higher. So definitely higher than 10. And there will be also standard and premium options for the pricing that will bring features that solve the needs of the specific teams and more enterprise customers, like, for example, private projects or custom fields and so on. So if you are still on the fence with Team Central, if you should start trialing it in your organization because you weren't sure if the product is going to stay and what are going to be the pricing options, then this post should bring you a little bit more clarity on that.
That's interesting. I'm very curious if they're experimenting a new pricing model to potentially later on expand to other products as well. Because I was expecting them to come, okay, up to 10 users, this or free, and after 10 users, this, similar to Jira and Confluence. So if they're trying a new model, that might also signal that they're looking at new pricing models for their products in general.
I think they themselves don't know. I think they're just experimenting right now. Let's see what future is going to bring.
I know. I'm forecasting. I'm predicting.
Yeah, I think it's even Jira, like 10 users for free now. It's really good. It can help a lot of people just to spin up like small instances that you would need to pay for before. I think it's quite interesting what they're doing now.
Yeah, I'm predicting. I'm really good at predicting the future of Atlassian. Everything that I say usually happens.
That's why we need to put a disclaimer in the end of this video.
Well, nothing that I say is is set in stone. Everything that I say is just assumptions and guesses. Okay, so next up, and I know we've talked about this before about Jira Work Management, but this was for Team 20 in terms of Team 21 highlights. This was one of the primary highlights over the event. Basically, Jira Work Management was already announced. I don't know when, it was like 2 weeks before or something like that. But over Team 21, they actually they released the functionality. So now it's available for anyone that wants to use Jira Work Management. You can use it. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. We started looking at it, and we'll probably set up some marketing projects in there as well. So so Jira Work Management is part of Atlassian's mission to more connected teams by enabling non-technical teams to work in the same ecosystem, basically. As a reminder, with work management, you can visualize your work in 5 different views. There's a list view, which is kind of like the cooler spreadsheet view. Calendar view, timeline, board, and forms. And again, if you've not heard of Jira Work Management, I suggest you go through the link. We also have a prior episode where we talk and introduce Jira Work Management a bit more in details. But the focus of the tool, just to give you a hindsight, is time to value, where it's very easy to set up with over 23 new project templates available for you to choose from to get you started, and the ability to share, clone existing projects into new ones. You will also be able to boost productivity with free unlimited automation capabilities, similar to the ones you get with Jira, with the other Jira siblings. And speaking of the other Jira siblings, Jira Work Management underlying architecture is the same as Jira Software and Jira Service Management, which means it integrates nicely with its siblings, allowing for cross-team collaboration as well as reporting. So that's really nice to hear. And it's kind of like in tandem. It aligns to the shareholder newsletter, where they talk about the efforts of unifying and basically breaking down silos in organizations. It's not just, uh, inspirational talk. They're actually doing that with projects like this Jira Work Management, which is supposed to be for other types of teams, business, HR, marketing, and integrates full on with the rest of your capabilities. So yeah, that's pretty neat to see.
Do you have some screenshots in the article we can see?
Yeah, there should be some. Yeah, there you go. So this is the list view. There's the calendar. There's the roadmap, which is quite similar to what you get in Jira software.
How similar is this to Trello now? It has like a forms, calendar, roadmap,
Yeah.
and table.
So yeah, we mentioned this last time. It kind of replicates the same views that Trello has, but in Jira. You can also color the background, which
It's
to me personally isn't that pleasant appealing to my eye. But anyways, that's just me.
It's
All
a
right,
bright
let's
color.
move on.
Maybe if you can choose some pastel colors, it would look nicer.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Let me share the screen here. I'm just going to connect to the topic you were discussing over here. So, as Biro already mentioned previously, this post is about Jira Work Management as well, but it explains how it sits along the other Atlassian products. So while reading this, you can clearly see and understand the Atlassian shift from focusing mostly on IT and DevOps teams now being more inclusive and welcome also non-technical teams and create tools for everyone in your organization. So I'm not going to go really deeply into the Jira Work Management because we already discussed that before, but what caught my eye here in this article was the announcement of Open DevOps that basically allows you to start a new Jira software project with a Bitbucket, Opsgenie, and Confluence already pre-configured, and you can also integrate with partners, Atlassian partners like Snake, etc. So that's really interesting. And another really small mention over here is about this mysterious product that Atlassian is developing that is called Jira Product Discovery. Which there isn't that many information about this product out there, but in this article they just mentioned that it's a new tool dedicated mainly to product managers to explore to explore and work on ideas before they move to development. The product is not live yet, but you can sign up for alpha you can basically sign up to be in the email list, and once the product is available for test and more information about the product is available, then you will get instant notification. So definitely do that if you're a product manager and you're struggling, or like you would like to explore how to work on ideas in Jira as well. So definitely do that.
Yeah, and I really encourage people that are passionate about how you work to register for this Point A program. I can tell you from experience, participating in the past, that there have been a lot of the feedback that I gave and probably others gave that made it to some of the products that came out of the Point A program. So it's important because fundamentally the whole purpose of the program is to accelerate providing users what they need, right? Pure and simple. That's what I think, from my perspective, that's what the program is all about. So everyone's invited to participate and help build up some of these products. As you saw from the letter, they've hired over 300 people, which are probably going to be a large part of them, part of this Point A program, just to accelerate go to market for some of these concepts. Okay, then a bit of a break from the whole. Let me share my screen. From the Team 21 highlights and give you a bit of a feature announcement. This should be a quick one, tiny one, but important one, I would say.
Small improvements are greatest, so I think it's
Yes,
good.
exactly, and it's been something that's been desired for quite a bit. Was requested, and finally is here. Atlassian announced the approval by email in Jira Service Management feature. You can now approve requests coming from Jira Service Management directly from the comfort of your inbox. It's also pretty customizable, allowing you to choose if the users must be signed into Jira to approve, and also just set up the text template used for the approval email. Looking at the section underneath with the comments, it also seems like it's been widely appreciated, this release. So yeah,
burst of exciting gifs. So that's
yeah. When there's exciting gifs, you know that that's a good sign. Yeah, and that's kind of
okay.
it for this one.
Great improvements. Okay, so I have a last topic which we are going to discuss today, and as usual is the article of the week. This time it's not that much of the article; it's more of a video. So if you enjoy videos, you definitely should check out this one. It's a highlight from Team 21 as a majority of the topics which we are discussing today. And in this one, it's a conversation with CEOs of Atlassian, Slack, and Zoom, who are Mike, Stuart, and Eric. And you will learn about the impact of the past year on the organizations and how they operate, and what were the challenges, and some great tips on how you can connect with your team and take care of the team's mental health remote. With a great collaboration tools that help us connect during the pandemic, we also started seeing more burnout as people weren't able to disconnect from work. For some of them, for some of us, it might be very hard to basically draw the line between where the workday starts and the workday finishes. So the mental health topic is really, really hot nowadays. And few tips from the interview that were mentioned are, for example, introducing Fridays in your organization, which is one Friday off per month. It's actually, I think, introduced in Slack. Yes, in Slack. And the steward was saying that it doesn't have really like a big operational impact on the organization. Like it does not cost organization too much, but it helps greatly to everyone just to disconnect from work, even when it's just 1 day off per month. Then in Zoom, they are doing meetings free Wednesdays. I think this is quite popular. I heard this before already. So basically, no meetings on Wednesdays. And in Atlassian, they were recommending Creative Refresh Day. What is it? So in the Creative Refresh Day, everyone gets a day off to do something creative, like painting, pottery, music. It can be anything. It doesn't need to necessarily be work related. It just needs to be creative. And in the end of the day, you share the results. You share results with your team, and you learn something new about everyone. So if you have a free 25 minutes, you can listen in, and it's quite interesting. And I think like CEOs of Slack, Zoom, and Atlassian all together, which are three greatest collaboration tools out there, it's quite interesting to hear all of them together in one call.
Yeah, I agree, and it was a great, just like over a coffee type of chat between the three of them. So I really enjoyed that talk as well. Okay, so that's kind of it for this week. It's been a bit longer, close to 30 minutes, but there've been quite a few things happening last week, from the big Teams 21 to the shareholders letter. So yeah, we had to expand a tiny bit, but that's about it for this week. News about Atlassian. I hope you enjoyed Monday Coffee with Jexo, which is actually Tuesday this week. Yeah, and just a reminder, links for all of the topics we discussed today are in the description, so don't forget to check them out for yourself and read and understand a bit more than we managed to explain. If you have any suggestions on what we should talk about next week, let us know in the comments. And yeah, see you next Monday. Hopefully next week is going to be Monday. See you next Monday at 9:30, and have a great week.
Have a great week, everyone.